Do you like why are the Democrats so weak? You ever think about that?
What do you say to Democratic voters who argue, wait a minute, we worked really hard to elect a Democratic president and vice president, Democratic-led House, a Democratic-led Senate. Do it now.
But do what now?
Why? 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 Why is these so? Why are they such awful? Why are you so bad at answering questions? Do you know how bad this looks? These people are career politicians. This is their job. How are you so bad at your job? Like honestly, I would get fired if I was this bad at my job at Walmart, dog. Or back at McDonald's. I would get fired from my job at McDonald's if I was this bad at my job. If I was this bad at selling people things. Like your whole thing is to sell people yourself. And you can't do it. Kamala Harris is less awake than Joe Biden. I haven't seen Kamala Harris ride a bike. At least Joe was able to get up and do that. It's Sleepy Harris instead. Do what? The people, the American people, the 70 million people who voted you, 80 million people or whatever who voted you into office. They tell you to do something. Do what? Like, oh man. These are the people who we have to look to help us in like staving off a freaking like a fascist regime. These are the people? Good Lord.
What now? I mean, we need, listen, what we did, we extended the child tax credit for the first year.
I'm sorry, when I say do what, do it now.
Yeah.
Act legislatively to make abortion rights legal.
We feel the same way. Do it now. Congress needs to do it now in terms of permanently putting in place a clear indication that it is the law of the land that women have the ability and the right to make decisions about their reproductive care, and the government does not have the right to make those decisions for a woman.
People are like, you're in office. Why don't you do it? We agree. We should do it. It's just where we lose in 24. Hello, legislature. May you legislate, please. Wait here. If Kamala Harris or like Joe Biden were strong at all in doing like anything good, like why don't you like bring this up? This is insane. Just so you know, this is an insane like headline. Cinema kills plan to codify abortion rights, then fundraises on protecting women's healthcare. Like this is insane. Is this not wild to you? Killing the only path to actually doing something. Do it, like saying specifically yourself being the only person to stop it and then campaigning on doing something. It's insane. It's out of your, and what, just so you know, this has happened after this interview was taking place. This has come to light after this interview's been taking place. Kamala Harris knows about this. It's so brazen. It's so insane, but she didn't mention it at all. She's just like, yeah, we should do something. Just call it your party. You can get another Democrat. It's Arizona. You can get another Democrat in Arizona. It's not like West Virginia. You can, like, honestly, the Democrats are in a pretty good place to maintain Mark Kelly's seat in Arizona. Like, there's a good chance. And just we can take a look at the Republican Party in Arizona. They have a good chance, actually a very good chance of holding like Arizona. It's actually out of the top toss-up zone for most people who are like following the election, and now it's in the lean and it's in the tilt and sometimes even lean Democrat for Mark Kelly. But like Sinema, you can easily get out Sinema and get like a new, even Democrats in Arizona don't like Sinema. Just so you know, Sinema is to the right of like a lot of like, I think honestly, most of Arizona, if I'm going to be honest with you. Like in Arizona, they have a higher minimum wage. They have a $15 minimum wage. What like Sinema struck down nationwide. In Arizona, I think they actually protect abortion rights to some degree. Something that Sinema doesn't want to do. Like she's actually to the right of the state that she's in, and you just don't even want to do anything about it. You're not going to say anything about it. You're not going to rip her apart. At least look like you're fighting. I fight with people all the time who talk about like, oh, the Democrats aren't doing this, the Democrats aren't doing that. Well, the thing is like, and like I got into like a little back and forth. I'm like, if you have a better idea for what they can do to actually get some things done, like let me know, and then call up Biden because I know he'd love to hear it. The thing is that like, I know they can't do anything. I know that the likelihood of getting Cinema and Mansion actually on your side is incredibly low because they have like near no pressure to actually get them to do anything. Cinema doesn't care about much of this shit. She doesn't. She literally doesn't. That's the reason why she's acting like this, because she's going to do this. Then when her reelection bid comes around, I'm not even sure if she's going to run for reelection, but I know if she loses, especially in the primary, what she's going to do is she's going to like pivot to being she's going to pivot to be a lobbyist and then collect up all that fun money that she picked up off of like from the oil companies and like other PACs, right? Like that's Cinema's goal, right? And she'll probably get a spot on Fox News too to be a contributor, the same way like Claire McCaskill did on like MSNBC. And that's what I'm saying. It's okay to not be able to not do anything if you literally can't. Just don't act like it. You know, don't act weak. Tulsi 2.0, I think she's worse than Tulsi because at least when Tulsi was in office, she voted for like reasonably good things. When Cinema's in office, she's not. she's actually not. Like when Tulsi was in office, she literally couldn't vote like a crazy Republican. She was representing one of the most, if not the most Democratic district in the entire country in Hawaii. Why do you act so weak? Why do you make statements like this? Like, when people ask you to do something, you say, do what? Like,
say to Democratic voters who argue, wait a minute, we worked really hard to elect a Democratic president and vice president, Democratic-led House, a Democratic-led Senate. Do it now.
But do what now? What now?
What now? Do what? Do what? What now? How do you sound so weak and clueless? I can just, you hear that sound? That's the sound of people going, and then like flopping into their sofas and being like, I'm over it. I'm done. That's the people like just dropping their ballot on the floor and just walking away. It's just, do what now? Your job, lady? Just what I want from them is they need to do more performances. They really do need to do more performances. Like a lot of politics, a lot of people like cry about it, but like a lot of politics is performance. Do a performance, do your dance, just do the dance. Make it look like you're doing something. Really, honestly, just like rip the people who are stopping you from getting things done apart. Like make it look like you're actually fighting. It doesn't look like they're fighting at all. It just looks like they're just sitting there. They're just sitting on their hands. And I know they're not, but a lot of people have more things to worry about than like paying attention to every move Joe Biden and Kamala Harris makes. It's just so cringe, dude. It makes me want to pull me god dang hair out. Do what? Honestly, these images, you know what? Somebody's like, but do what now? These images encapsulate everything that I felt when she said that shit, dude. The bags under the eyes and all. Yeah. Do what now? I'm losing it, dude. I hate my life. I fucking hate the Democrats so damn much. Oh my gosh. Child tax credit. Yeah, listen, the child tax credit was great. The child tax credit, I'm pretty sure, is over now. Can you do more things than just the one thing this meme is very real. Can we talk about more than the legislation you passed like 2 years ago now? Like it was great legislation and everything, but can we do more? Do what now? Do what, she says. Do what? I'm losing it. Fucking do what? Trump ripped apart the people in his party and then fucked them over. Why can't Dems do that? Yeah, like here's the thing is that they don't have to be as destructive as Trump was. But the fact that even like Trump just fighting, the fact that he like, no matter what you say about like Trump, what a lot of people will say, even the people who are like trepidatious about Trump, a lot of people will be like, you know what, he may have been a fucking freak and a weirdo and bad for the country, but you know what, he did fight, and you know what, he did. He was thrashing, he was throwing nuggies, he was calling people out, he was doing a lot of fighting. Why can't the Dems fight? But instead of like for bad things, why can't they fight for good things to happen? Do good things. You just look like you're fighting. And you know what? If they like actually do a good fight, you know what it'll look like? It'll be like, oh man, they're really fighting hard. I can't believe Cinema and Manchin are doing that to them. We need to put more people in office because fuck those guys. Genuinely. Just so you know, Cinema has an underwater approval rating amongst her constituents. I think at the moment in time, she has a higher approval rating amongst Republican Arizona residents compared to Democrat Arizona residents. It's insane. Do something. Why aren't you like screaming from the rooftops about that, dude? That's insanity. Do what now? Vice President said, do what now? That's gonna follow them forever. I just hope you know that. That's like reverberating through the entire country. Vice President says, do what now? What? I'm losing. Fucking lose. I'm actually becoming the Joker.